friends, MD Vegan. I make a raspberry ice cream with walnut flavor. I mean, that is something really I had looked for some time. I had no raspberries in the house, and so I was waiting to get them. Now I have them, I tried them already. It's bomb. This is a nice flavor, you have to try really. So it's a usual ice cream I make. In the other videos, the other days, you saw bananas processed with the berries of choice. Yeah? And I add something there, I'll show you in a moment. First addition is the walnut. This is the special thing today for the raspberries. They are really heavenly together with the raspberries. Here just a good handful of maybe a cup or so, half a cup or so of walnuts. You make sure that your walnuts are not bitter. Yeah? Bitter walnuts might be a little bit heavy to taste. Some are. If the walnuts are light, you buy them in the shop, yeah? And they are light, they're usually not bitter, to my experience. The dark ones might be a little bit bitter. But even with the raspberries, it's also a slight bitterness. Yeah, it's not very much to worry. So, but first I have to blend the walnuts into a flour. That's very fast. Here I show you what it looks like. There are some pieces of walnut. They might not be into a flour, ground into a flour, but that doesn't really matter. It can be a nice crunch in the ice cream. Then you have a piece of walnut there. That's okay. Yeah. The most important thing is that the bulk of the walnuts are really into the ice cream, very much processed into it, so that it is a creaminess. I found that making a nut flour is completely enough to get the banana ice cream creamy, even creamier. Usually you have to make these expensive ice creams with the ice machine, and to get it really smooth and creamy. Of course, that's the best you can do, but it takes hours. You know? But this one you can make in 5 minutes, as I show you, by just processing bananas. And the banana and the nuts, that together is so nice because the bananas, they have a lot of fiber. You know, the fiber in the banana, here that is more than 2 cups of sliced bananas, frozen. The high fiber in the banana is responsible for the creaminess. And if you put nuts into other fruits, other than banana, fruit that are not that high in fiber, there are some, yeah, then you will have a coarse feeling because the nuts are not blended completely down. Yeah? There's always a coarse feeling in the creaminess. That is not nice. But with bananas, you can overcome that just because of the bananas. That's the great finding I had also with banana milk smoothies. My so-called banana milk smoothies, based on the same principle. You blend the banana in the blender and put some nuts in, not too many. And then you don't need to filter the nuts. You don't need to have a nut milk. You can do it with the whole nuts. You won't taste that it is not filtered nut milk. It's like a nut milk. Of course, with a banana milk. Yeah? So here I have this, about the same amounts of frozen raspberries. Finally found them. Yeah. I always have some frozen berries in my freezer. That's very nice, very handy, and very inexpensive as opposed to fresh berries. They are pretty expensive. Even organic are very expensive, the frozen ones. And they are high quality. Yeah? There is nothing wrong with that. They might be a little bit less sweet than the fresh ones. You have the best quality of the fresh ones from the field, from the bushes. You might have the true raspberry feeling from the bush directly. Okay, then you can get that in frozen, of course. But it is very, very close there. It's very high quality. I say, and if you don't have the super sweetness here, you just add some agave syrup here, agave nectar here. You can get that also raw if you want. Yeah, and if you don't want to have agave, you might just take date mousse. You make your own date mousse. It's easy. Yeah, and as sweet as you like. You don't need the sweetener at all. But if you like it, I find it brings out the natural raspberry flavor even more. Usually I don't, oh, I forgot to show you. So this was cinnamon, you know cinnamon, this cinnamon. It's a whole amount of cinnamon, 2 tablespoons. Here I show you the cinnamon, it's in here now. You see the cinnamon, a lot of cinnamon there. 3 tablespoons or so can be a lot because you have a little ice cream here. And then you have the perfect flavor combination. Cinnamon, walnut, raspberry ice cream. I mean, ready in a moment. So, I went ahead with the ice cream without the walnuts. I will add that now. I could have already added that earlier. It doesn't really matter, I think. You blend for a while anyway, the process for a while anyway. And there we go. I tried this trick with adding the walnuts a little bit later because I saw that in previous attempts to make ice cream like this in a food processor, fitted with the S blade. Yeah, you see, this is the S blade. I think I forgot to show you before. Now it's dirty. This is the S blade for the food processor, and it comes out of the food processor. But that's the best tool to make this Blitz ice cream. So I tried this trick now to put the walnuts in a little bit later, because oftentimes when I make these ice cream with the nuts, with the nut meal, there happen to be some fruit also, frozen raspberries or frozen banana pieces in the ice cream after processing. Problem is when I process too long, the ice cream melts away. I want to have nice balls with the ice cream balls, so I don't want that. I don't want to process too long, and still I would like to have the fruit light and the nuts nicely processed homogeneously to the ice. I don't want to have frozen banana pieces in the ice cream. So I thought maybe if I do that early on, I put in the walnut meal a little bit later. Maybe the other ingredients will have been processed better earlier. So, and this is what I have now. I have here my ready walnut raspberry ice cream. Very nice, right? I have the perfect balls here and everything I'm asking for. Yeah, it's a perfect breakfast. Yeah, you can have this. I can have this for breakfast or even at night if I want to go to bed and I feel hungry a little bit because I stayed up a little bit too long on the desk. You know, the eyes a little bit exhausted. Ice cream can be so good, and this is really light. I found that, to me personally, my sleep gets not heavy from eating a nice scoop of ice cream before going to bed. This kind of ice cream, of course, it's raw ice cream with fresh frozen fruit and some fresh unprocessed nuts. So that's really light on the body, it seems to me. And you figure out what you do, but it's a whole meal. Yeah, it is very, very complete. You know, we call ice cream as dessert usually, but this kind of ice cream to me actually can be a whole meal. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoy. Try this one. I would like how you feel about it. Do you like it? How about your version? Yeah, tell me. Thanks. And if you like my video and subscribe. And be vegan on YouTube. Have another recipe every single day. And find me on Facebook, Instagram, Pinterest, and Twitter.